Hey everyone, and welcome back. One of the coaches at Unga Academy here, and as always, today we're going to be taking a look at the performance of the markets over the last week. Before we start though, as always, I recommend that you go and subscribe to our channel. Go and click on the notification bell to always be updated on the release of all our new videos. And also please, leave us a like as well to this video. Hi, we are the Unga Academy, and we teach traders how to make money in the markets. Our founder, Andrea Unga, had been struggling with trading for years until he developed his automated trading method, which he used to become the only 4-time world trading champion. Subscribe to our channel for free tips and tricks. Thanks so much. Okay, so it was a positive week for the leading US and European stock markets, partly after the release of inflation data that met the expectations on employment data, indicating a possible slowdown in the rise of interest rates by the central banks. So let's take a look. Plus 3% for the Nasdaq, plus 1.47% at the moment for the mini SP 500, plus 2.9% for Euro stocks and 3% for the DAX. So definitely a week of recovery. And this recovery wasn't limited to just the stock market. We saw it in the bond market as well. We know how much central bank decisions influence this market as well. And actually, we also saw an uptrend for the 30-year US bonds at positive 1%. The 10-year bond registered a positive 0.82% and also the Bund, a positive 0.85%. In energy commodities, we see a nice increase in gasoline at approximately 10.5% at the moment. And then other oil derivatives, so heating oil and crude oil, which is at positive 6.84%. Poorly, on the other hand, natural gas, which also falls this week. It's been a solid downward trend for several months now, which in itself isn't a bad thing, especially given the situation that people are experiencing in Europe. As for the metal sector, we don't see anything that's particularly interesting. We see only copper gaining 6.5%, a nice increase over the last 5 days. Negative 3% for platinum. Not too much to report on the meats and the livestock market. Negative 2.46% for lean hogs at the moment. It's been a bearish trend for a couple of weeks. And little else. On to soft commodities, where again there are no interesting movements either. We see some mixed returns. For example, sugar is up by 2.79%, while coffee continues to fall. Now, this commodity has also been in a downtrend for several months. Other than that, I wouldn't dwell on anything else in this sector. As for grains, we see corn gaining 2.94%, and here as well, not much else to report. On the other hand, what is interesting to study is the sector of currencies and cryptocurrencies, because here we see some substantial rises against the US dollar, especially the yen. The euro-US dollar has gained 1.38% this week and is currently at 1.0841. But most importantly, turning to the cryptocurrency sector, we see Bitcoin finally making a move, up 12%, 12.5% to be exact. And that's a move we haven't seen in a very long time. Last week we mentioned that it's been several weeks since we've seen a double-digit Bitcoin movement, and well, here it is. Bitcoin seems to be trying to start an upside reaction. It hasn't really broken through the initial resistance yet, but let's see if it can hold this level and continue its run. Let's also take a look at volatility. We see some stability in volatility, except for the Euro stocks over a long-term time horizon, which is clearly higher. The Nasdaq in particular has a very low level of historical volatility compared to the past. On the other hand, in the short term, we see a mixed picture. The DAX has experienced some very high volatility compared to the last month. In contrast, other underlying assets such as the mini SP 500 show very low historical volatility instead. Finally, in terms of the implied volatility term structure, we see that the volatility term structure of index futures on the SP 500 is in full contango. So it's a picture of a market that, let's say, it's free of any kind of disruption for now. Most importantly, volatility is at an all-time low, at least in terms of 2022 values. So at the moment, no concerns among traders about the immediate performance of stock prices. Let's turn now to the rollover calendar scheduled for next week. It starts on January 17th with the rollover on crude oil futures. Heating oil and gasoline will follow on the 20th. And that's that. Guys, before we say goodbye, though, I'd like to give you some advice. If there is anyone among you who is interested in systematic trading, I recommend that you go and take a look at the link in the description of this video, where you can go and watch a free presentation by Andrea Unger, the only 4-time world trading champion in real money trading, who will introduce you to his trading method, the Unger method. Not only that, but you can also get the bestseller, the Unger method, by covering only the shipping costs. You can even book a free strategy call with one of our tutors. Go click that link. With that, guys, that's all for today. Just a reminder, please subscribe to our channel, click on the notification bell, and leave us a like if you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye for now.